Nightmate should be joining us in a little bit, and Lethality. I mean, he lives. You two okay? You just playing? They just come barreling in, and Nisa just as she meows and then turns around and hisses. So I guess they're playing. Anyway, Lethality lives half a world away, so sharks could be eating internet cables, or I mean, he could just be busy or sleeping or sick or being a human being. So as dumb as that is, and as much as we're trying to replace that, especially in this setting, that's fine. We'll work with it, and maybe he'll come in later. Let's go over to our lobby from our landing page.
Nothing bad ever happens when we don't have a fixer and a solo.
Oh, absolutely not.
Just the three possibly least combat capable classes in the game right here.
Yep. A fixer, at least I have an easier time because JP is just the old wise man who's offering, who's offering advice and isn't necessarily super combative. That's a lot easier to play than a very technical, weapons heavy solo, which I would have to give Kiri into one of your all's controls for that. Although, super fortunately, also, I don't think, unless you all decide to have combat, I don't think there's going to be any combat tonight.
Not planning on it.
There won't be.
Okay. Well, lock in your predictions, everyone, because it could still happen. Then with the three of us, let's.
Mud, start a prediction.
Yeah. All right, Raven, get a poll going. Will there be combat tonight? We'll still have our table talk, even if it is a little abbreviated with the three of us. But you know what? That is over half the crew, and Night Mage again should still be showing up, and we'll find out about Lethality, who pilots Kiri. But let's get going here because while there is not necessarily combat tonight, there is cleanup that needs to happen from the combat from last week, from session 23. But we'll get into game when we get in game here. Evil, we'll start with you in the middle. How you doing, my friend? What is going on this week in your world? Anything you want to talk about, bring up, draw a parallel to?
Well, not really a whole lot, I think. Just
Okay.
Coughing my guts out.
Oh no.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
I've been kind of sick this week.
You sound a little stuffed up, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Well, hopefully we can give you some entertainment and help you feel better. And if you cough, it's because we're having a good time and you're laughing instead of engaging in a combat that we shouldn't technically have this week, and you having a sucking chest wound from it. So then I'll take no news as good news, and so sit back, feel better, and we'll see what you can get up to for the rest of the week that Gopher has. Let's pop over to you, Chameleon. Then anything going on in your world, online or off, that you wanted to bring up?
You're muted.
True. Good point. Also, Raven is saying that they can barely hear us.
Yep, I fixed that. That was a holdover from last night's 2077 stream.
Okay, yep. Just want to make sure. Yeah, no, just Dimension 20's their VTM game is now airing episodes, so I watched that today. That was pretty good.
Anything, was this a session 0, or did they just hop into the action and it wasn't so much set up and talking about the setting and the character nuances?
They mentioned in the episode that they did a session 0, but it was the first session.
Okay. So. All right. Well, very cool.
Probably 90% of how I'm going to learn VTM.
BTM is so good. I think, like, I'm a big fan of narrative-driven storytelling when it comes to tabletop systems, and
I would love to try it, but my weeks are rather full.
fair enough. That is fair enough. It's a
And
fun game if you do get around to being able to try it, though, because it's a D10 pool system.
yeah, I also don't think I would really trust a random group. So the only people I would play would be this server, and those games are full. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess you could always do a pickup, but it's tougher, especially because of the personal horror aspect, or the
Right.
fact that in VTM you touch on things that you could sanitize to run in a game store or at a convention, but it's a lot more visceral or better with friends. Ones that you can like bring up the tough subjects, or you can invoke the types of horror, because
hey, both coffee and lethality seem to run VTM a lot. So eventually, it would probably work out that I could get a game.
Yeah, you
I'll
just got to
have to
keep
wait.
lingering.
Yep.
Keep
And
waiting around here,
and
waiting to pounce.
if you want as well, at some point, I'll be running another Cleveland short story, and while there's not a player seat open at the moment, if you're interested in playing at all, I can work with you to be like a character, like an NPC, or just someone for that story who shows up and lends a voice and some outside strategy, so that it's not just me pushing a token around or narrating everything. I'll talk to you about the character, and then you show up for an episode or two, or whatever, and then there we go. So it's kind of getting into things that way.
Yeah, sure. I've got a PDF in here somewhere.
Oh, Raven has some good news for you then. So there we go. Seek and ye shall find. Everyone out there, that's exactly why we have table talk and why communities like these are awesome.
Sure. Let me know, so long as it's on a very specific day.
Oh, yeah, because you otherwise do have a pretty full schedule.
I do have a pretty full schedule.
Not too bad. All right.
Yeah, no,
Got
I
a lot
have
of
a feeling
successes
I might not be available for the Friday table.
Oh. Oh, gotcha, Raven. So that's the Reno game. No, Reno is Specs. You're Mansfield. Wait, do you switch? Do you and Specs swap on Fridays?
Yes, they do.
Okay, that.
One day on, one day off.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, just as you and Velocity switch Thursdays. All right.
Unless there's a horrible car accident and Outback needs some intensive surgery for a few months. Fridays might not work.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll still see what we can do. And it's nice. I like knowing that you all, as audience members, let alone as players, that you all have experience in other games. Because while we're here playing Cyberpunk Red, there's so much that we can, like, every role-playing game helps to build our own personal, like, out of character rapport with system, like comfort with systems, rapport with each other, and even system, like Cyberpunk and VTM have a lot of crossover, especially around concepts of humanity, and
Games, yeah.
what is it to be a human or a monster, and horde atrocities and such, so that there's some ideas that can share. And that was actually kind of the Halloween episode crossover, was that you take monsters from one setting and you put them in the other, and you see how does it work. Um, and in this case, the Cyberpunks won because the vampires wanted absolutely nothing to do with their bullshit in Night City. So, uh, congratulations! That might just be a winning the race to the bottom of the barrel, but you scared the vampires successfully. Either that, or I have to really ramp up stuff in Cleveland to, turn that setting into a shit show. So,
Should.
I have
Should.
I have some very soft vampires, it seems.
Mm.
Hey Miller, good to see you. Anyway, let's go over to someone who is now who's very well versed in cyberpunk, in vampire, in Dungeons and or Dragons. Coffee, what's going on with you and your world?
Well, my sleep schedule's backwards, but that doesn't stop me from running streams and joining you for streams and all of this other nonsense. So, I'm Coffee Cat Presents. I stream on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Both of the games on my stream are Vampire the Masquerade. If you are not familiar with Vampire the Masquerade, such as Chameleon is, then you should head over to my channel because myself and Lethality Complex can teach you all about the horrors of being a vampire because you're a monster. And yeah, I've been telling 10 episodes so far of San Antonio by Night Blood Gambit. We'll go into episode 11 on Wednesday. And then Brisbane by Night Hellfire is on Saturdays, both of which at 10 p.m. Eastern Time or thereabouts. Yeah, there's lots of things going on in both cities on the Coffee Cat Presents channel. All of the past VODs, if they're not on Twitch anymore, then you can find them on my YouTube, which is also at Coffee Cat Presents. 7 years of content is on my channel. I record for the purposes of myself, but you are welcome to go and watch. Viewer discretion is advised.
Things get moody and bloody.
Very moody.
Well, I mean, yeah, they're all, they're vampires. You're monsters, but maybe you like it.
But the other thing I do is join Maddie in his office because we live close by to play Cyberpunk 2077 here on Hero Zone. So
yeah, and hopefully next week then we'll have more of a couch co-op set up with dual things and
such.
Such.
Because I plan on coming over and helping set up that stuff. If you're a little busy.
All right. Well then, unless there's anything further, let me just double check. Okay? It is just us. I didn't know if
no,
we had anyone
yet.
Politely waiting in chat here for us to finish up. So we'll continue, and then when Night Mage and or Lethality pop in, we'll get things going. Now, that then puts the onus on me to take us from table talk into a little bit of the summary to offer that the transition from real life and what we do as humans in our real world to now what we're thinking about as characters. Last week was the culmination of this very impromptu job. The very night that you all got together at the Golden Dragon to go over the scream sheets for the week, JP said, "Hey, just saying, there's a guy I know," and you all decided to hop on that, and I guess just providing the slides real quick. There was the handwritten note that was snuck out. This led you then to the clinic in Sector 4, where Silas was trapped inside, sort of penned in by rabble-rousers who were sick and shuffling, not unlike zombies, except three people, two of which had Dynalar Grip King arms, and ran away from the scene as you all started investigating and went in there. You broke out, and with Silas, you drove through town while talking to him, doing a little bit of browbeating, and you got information that would take you to the North Side docks, in the Watson district, and specifically in the docks overall. I believe it was Pier 12 that you headed to, where you parked the Dust Rattler a block away. And initially, it was just Gopher and Drez doing some recon on this foggy, very noir mystery stroll. Uh, it's winter, so you could have the inner monologue. It was a chill night in February, and the fog clung close to me like a crazy broad or whatever. Like, if you want to get into the black and white, noir narration style, if any of you are a fan of it. I'm kind of a sucker for that sort of thing. Nisa,
You're gonna make me write a noir pulp scene now.
yeah. just wait until those of you with fake eyes or whatever. Like, all of a sudden, you can only see in black and white, and
I can't draw scenes like Coffee Cat can, but I can write mini fiction.
I gave. This is still kind of relevant because, hey, we can have these role playing or writing exercises. Earlier, I was talking to Velocity because Coffee, Velocity, and I were all getting some lunch, and he was talking about his job, and I prompted him there on the spot. If you're gonna write a creepypasta and one of those, like, there are like X rules to follow at this job, I put him on the spot for 4 rules for where he works. And he's like, "Don't do this to me," and then he started getting into it, and it was great. I loved it. If ever there's like a really fun way to bully someone, it's to challenge them to write and do creative thinking and that sort of impromptu stuff. He was a good sport about it, and actually he had some really good rules for where he was. It absolutely made sense. Anyway, so yeah, and you know what? Maybe at some point in time we can do like a dedicated noir heister gig. You all just you got to get an office first, and we're working on that. And then you can be the grizzled ex private detective that there was a silhouette at the door. Something wasn't right about this dame. Legs, too many legs. She had like 6 of them. Must have just come out of a chop shop. And anyway. So there's the initial investigation, some camera scouting. Y'all are leaning into your characters and their abilities pretty well. Whether it's combative or it is this kind of investigation, not really in initiative order, but you're using the things that you have. You found the hideout of the Iron Sights, went back, got everyone else. You did a little sneak around, and that's when you found the, at least the front, the front of their business, which was a like a salon, an esthetician place called Prefab, and it's probably a place that they even go to for their own. They are like a booster gang, or like a kind of a combat gang. They're not like super pretty boys or anything, but they do take care of themselves. Like they take care of their mechanics. They're not just rust buckets or anything. And any of this, if you as players are watching the channel, that's fine because you've been through this now, and I'm just taking people on the tour with my little phantom token here that's lighting everything up. But on the first floor, they went through. They saw a storage supply, but then this is more and more a front because there's some car parts and not just bottles of shampoo or makeup. At least the bathroom was in order. They kept that nice. But then, oh yeah, here's some fabrication machines. And then there's a little cafeteria where Outback stole a donut. There was a safe that was in this middle room. And then, of course, here in the upper corner were stairs that led to the second floor. We went to the second floor as we ended up having a split combat. And from that point, most of the combat just took place in the central area. Not a lot of extra was explored. So there was a room separating the group from the like the med lab, or where they do their tech installs. And this led to several of the gang members being liquidated in various ways. And the leader of this chapter of the Iron Sights, a man by the name of Crank, was on the surgery table being tended to by the missing clinician from the Sector 4. There were 2 lieutenants, and while they were really debilitated, there were a couple other average Joe gang members that were here. Crank was getting dialysis performed on him. As you can imagine, in the aftermath of the floods, and that left this sump fever with symptoms, like delirium, but also a kind of a disconnect. Like something in the water was causing cyberware to malfunction, and this gang does have a lot of chrome on them, including Dynalar Grip Kings. Not all of them, but a lot of them did. And so it seems like, and this is something that you all in character can review again, to go over the details or whatever. But it does seem like they stole the meds for themselves. They said, well, we do that because we're protecting our territory. If we break down, so do the people in our care. I mean, however you want to go for care, quote unquote. But you were there for the truck. You left him alone otherwise. He gave you Silas's truck back, and you went back to the car. Silas and JP were there, and you could drive out of there. There we go. That was the very quick and dirty of last session. A couple of you did receive some wounds, so there is, for the rest of this week, there's some healing as well as some shopping to do. Anything else that would require active duty is going to have to wait at least until Tuesday-ish or so. If everyone wants to act as a full team. Not everyone was hurt, of course, but something to consider. So from this point, I guess we can get you back to your areas, but let's just consider that unless you need to take a step back, we'll have you all. Silas is already in his truck. There's an outstanding, like a Nomad upgrade that he'll do at some point in time to thank you all. So we can presume that you all are in the Dust Rattler, maybe being driven back to your places, or if even in an injured state, you all wanted to. I think you stopped by Buck a Slice on the way out there, but maybe you're hungry again. You let me know, but we'll pick up here where all of you are in the Dust Rattler after the immediacy of the jobs. You've left the docks area, and you're driving through the city. What say, what do?
That's a very good question. What say and what do?
I imagine I'm not going to see some of you for a few days. Kiri looks like she decided to block bullets with her body.
Yeah. Gotta make sure that she gets back up on her feet. Fuck. What do we do now? Really? I mean, we could...
I think we could possibly just lay low for a week. Pick up some odd jobs.
Yeah.
Okay, I only really need to patch up for, like, a day. Unless somebody wants to go about doing something else. Or needs a quick hack for something.
I still think it would be probably smartest if we don't make any major waves right now.
Yeah, lay low.
Yeah.
That was our first real major interaction with maybe not the largest, but certainly a threat of a gang.
Yeah, the Ironsides definitely seem like they don't. They're not gonna want to see us again. Definitely steer clear of Watson.
And the docks.
Yep. That's okay. Carrie and I live in Japantown, so
And I'm not even in the city, so
easy for you to lay low. Nobody even knows where the hell the Caldos stay any. On purpose, I'm sure.
of course.
You ever run into gangs on the outskirts?
Not in the Badlands, no. But gangers, they're like rats. They'll infect any building that's not locked down, so up until
Yeah,
the
that's true.
moment you cross the city line, you're gonna run into gangers.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a whole nest of them living in my mega building.
And based off what I've seen, yes, probably several.
It's okay. Just stay out of the way. Stay out of the way and they don't have any reason to come after you.
Sounds like lovely advice that might end up getting someone killed.
Maybe. But I feel like the ecosystem of the mega building is far safer than, I don't know, a street level house.
In
I'll take
Gopher's
your word
place.
for it. I'll take your word for it.
I lived in that building all my life, so. Never lived anywhere else.
Until Lethality's here, if there's something that seems like an obvious point that could be a little bit of lore time, you know, if we don't need to speak for Kiri, but if that would prompt Kiri to, you know, if you think that would have her say, well, oh, you know, I'm glad that you lived there all your life, because that's, you know, I never would have, you know, you never would have answered my whatever, seeking a roommate, or I never would have seen your roommate wanted, or if it builds that mutual lore, I think we can, you know, without putting words in Lethality's mouth, if it brings up a topic, especially then if it prompts D-Rez to tell the tale. Because if you have been there all your life and this is lore for D-Rez, how did Kiri come to be in the same, like, mega building or especially room with you? Not that you have to, but you know, until they're here, especially because this would come through you, because this is kind of your lore. We can poke at little prompts like that as well. I love that kind of storytelling and world building.
I think what had ended up happening between the two of them is they met on a job.
Oh, okay.
And that cat's freaking out.
Sad night. My two have been doing the same.
Worked together on a few jobs together before one of them brought it up.
Okay.
That they should go in on an apartment together. Because maybe both of them were living about as on the streets as you can get in the mega building.
Okay.
Kiri probably needed a more permanent place to stay. D-Rez already knew the building and the ecosystem there, and so just kind of was like, why
Okay.
not an apartment together?
Yeah. So that makes sense because Kiri is on the run, at least a lot more than you are as Drez.
Yeah.
Is Kiri like on the lease, or is this your apartment and she's just a noted permanent guest kind of a thing?
I think it's the noted permanent guest
Okay.
sort of thing, where try to leave her real name Ayaka,
Yeah.
off of the papers, where she's known as Kiri for anybody who knows us in the building,
Okay.
and she's known as Kiri on purpose with the rest of the group.
Yeah.
To keep her real name secret. So between the both of them, they probably do have fake IDs for the purposes of being able to, do things that require IDs in the rest of the city.
Mm-hmm.
So her fake ID probably says Kiri, and Drez doesn't have a fake Knight citizenship. She has a real one.
Yeah. Because you were, or wait, was Drez born in Night City, or you were born in India, but you've effectively lived like you were 2 when you were brought here, right?
Yeah.
So
her
okay.
and her parents had Knight citizenship when they came to the city, and Drez has been living here on that that same identification her entire life.
Got it. Yep. Okay. Hey, there we go. I like it.
Citizenship in India and Night City.
She hasn't been back there since she was a baby.
Interesting. Noted.
If citizenship expires, well, there's no citizenship there for Deja Anamo.
Yeah. Dun, dun. We'll have to see what that brings in the future.
U.S. citizenship doesn't expire, but technically you're not a U.S. citizen.
Do you?
Nope.
You're a Night City citizenship.
Nope. Night City citizenship.
On your character sheet, like, were you taught or can you speak Hindi? Or
no, she does not know Hindi.
You were so you were raised like your parents are like, you're here, we're gonna teach you everything about this place. Like, this is your home. Okay.
Yeah. So I think even their primary language might have been English.
Oh, well, okay, you were Northern India, correct?
North India.
Yeah. No, yeah, okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Got it. Yep. Very compelling. Love it. We'll see if we can extract tragedy out of it. Not now, though. Plenty of time to build up to that.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think anyone in the group technically has United States citizenship.
Nope. Because
most everyone's from Night City, Kiri's from Japan, and Outback is from Texas. So.
Yep.
Gopher, you were a nomad, so you're not I mean, you might be now, but you were not before, right? Because your nomad family just was from not here.
Yeah, nomads probably don't have any.
Yeah.
By definition, nomads don't really have citizenship.
Yeah. You're just here for it. Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, because JP.
American wastes.
I don't know.
JP is.
I don't remember.
Or Night City.
Well, no, he was born in one of the former French colonies, so I don't know if it was like Ivory, like the Côte d'Ivoire, Ivoire. I think that's the French for Ivory Coast. He was from one of the French-speaking colonies, but similar to Drez, he was brought here early on in his life. Though, I mean, he still speaks French very fluently, and I think has more of a cultural connection to his past than Drez did. But he's obviously been the longest in Night City, but yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
any of you are actual like.
And
I
citizens.
was actually born here. A couple of you just cut it really close, so it's it's an interesting kind of perspective, but also shows that a lot of people in the city, they are from outside. They are just passing through. And also at this point in time, and correct me if I'm wrong, Night City is not independent yet and is technically
it is.
North California. Though I think like on the southern tip of the independent North California. So it's a weird like battleground between North and South California. Then you have the NUSA, and then you have Texas.
Unless the period of the Unification Wars happened already.
No, that's
let me
not for
see,
5 years.
Yeah, no, the Unification War is 2070. But I believe Night City was always intended as a free state. Or
Well,
California
on
was a free
paper,
state.
on paper is a free state, but I think y'all are at this point in time are technically, on paper, the independent North California. But I don't know. We'll see. Y'all don't have election season propaganda until summertime anyway, going into autumn, and there's clearly nothing important happening very, very soon that would have you all brought into such a thing. So, hey, it's a god doing a thing. Hello.
Yeah,
Get this camera going.
Night City isn't its own city-state yet.
Did I not copy the link? There we go.
That is a grim future for D-Rez and Kiri, which Night City becomes an independent state at the cost of Arasaka.
Arasaka joining the damn city.
Arasaka backed Night City in the Unification War against the NUSA and thus stuck around afterwards.
Hi, JP. Out of character, Night Mage, did you get to watch the episode, or at least did you get cliff notes on it? Do you know what happened?
You're muted, by the way.
Oh no, we lost his camera.
He's also muted.
Oh. Technical difficulties, everyone. These things happen. Oh, well, until he's back, we can continue here as you are being driven to, I don't know, some location when JP is back with us. If he has some input on things, then we can make some final calculations for the night. But as there are injuries and it is also very late into the night/morning by the time this happens, because this was a lot of sneaking around, getting shot at, shuffling around things. There will be the need to crash here soon, in character. Maybe he's restarting. Well, anything else then in the car that the rest of you wanted to bring up? Kiri is the most injured. D-Rez, you were also, right? You have a little bit of...
I'm hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
But not much.
Okay.
I don't know what Carrie's state looks like. Because if she's in a bad way, obviously I'd be doing what I can to stabilize her.
Yeah. You did crack into one of the packs that was pilfered from the clinic in order to stabilize her, which is fine. That's whatever the gear. And I do have a list of some gear that would be in these kits as well. At least for the sealed ones. We just sort of had a nebulous, you know what, you used whatever you could to try and, you know, just stop bleeding.
All I was doing was stabilizing because I have points in first aid and paramedic.
Yeah.
And doing either of those that would help her not bleed out.
Yeah, I don't think Kiri ever got to like half health.
I think she was getting there. I don't think
it was a big chunk, yeah. Actually, let me see if I can.
But I think with Kiri's, like, I think I said, like, with Kiri's body score, like, it's like 4 days. So
It was 3 or 4 to heal. I do remember that from last week here.
Yeah, and she had a body of 6. So
Oh.
45.
He must have just replenished it or something, because Kiri's at 45 of 45 right now. Although if it was max, hang on, we can go back, and that was a big hit on. Yeah, whatever. It'll be several days. So Kiri definitely doesn't have a full week to take on a job. She's going to be convalescing. So okay, well,
she probably at the most she would have probably taken 24 hit points if she was 4 days worth of 6 body. So she would have been below half health potentially.
Yeah. It was a singular really big hit that took a chunk out of her.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Uh,
definitely tending to her wounds, making sure she doesn't bleed out, that sort of thing. It's
then
on the car ride.
let's do this then, since we're talking about some accounting and other things. We can weave this into the conversation you all are having, if not now, then over the course of the downtime, at least several days downtime you all are going to have to either lay low, heal. There was some shopping, because I believe you wanted to get a special garment bag, D-Rez. You wanted to spend some money on that?
Yes, I think I've already accounted for it in my inventory. But yes, the executive's garment bag.
Okay.
Which heals armor at the same rate that a tech doing so would, but doesn't require the tech to do it.
Okay.
Or doesn't require myself to do it either.
As this could also determine perhaps what some of you do during your downtime, I do need each of you, although this would have an exemption for JP because he wasn't there and didn't have input, and he'd only be finding out on the car ride, which you all can explain to him later. I do need each of you to lose 1d6 humanity, and that is for the reason that the clinician was not saved, and she was clearly being coerced after having been kidnapped in order to help this gang leader. And so, like, she was left to them.
No.
Hmm?
I made a specific deal that she get let go.
Hmm?
I made a specific deal that she get let go, and that they would agree that I would get to walk out with her.
Well, shoot, sorry for me if I forgot on that case, but I thought you all didn't rescue her. Like, you left her to the gang.
Nope. I specifically asked that she leave with us as soon as he was stable, and that was part of the agreement.
Oh, okay, hang on. Yeah, he's like, yeah, let me just finish my dialysis, and then that's fine.
Yeah.
If it'll get you out of here, then okay, never mind then. Then you do not lose it. Then you do not lose that, because I had misremembered. I figured that I don't know, could have been just we went late after a lot of action scene, and we're
on purpose. I was making sure she was part of our part of the deal.
Okay.
So we got to walk out with her.
All right. So then no humanity loss in that regard, because she was not still in their care.
In
so
fact,
that
if she could do more to help Kiri.
That homework is not needed. Let me bring up then. For the kits. Okay. All right. Are one of you sort of the accountant slash secretary for the crew, or because this might be stuff that would go to the headquarters? Is this a volunteer or voluntold for you specifically, Outback? That if I give you the contents of the kits, like that, these are going to be written down.
There's an
I
other
can-
items section in every character sheet that we can just copy paste that into.
Right, like that's where I stuck that mask.
Okay.
When Maddie told me I had that broken mask.
Yeah, so if
Alright.
you post that in our Discord,
Yeah.
then I'll just put that in my character sheet and I'll keep track of that shit.
We should also be able to create our own journal entries, I believe. For notes like that. If we wanted to keep like
Got it.
at least not necessarily like maybe still keep it on someone's sheet for wherever it's physically at, but also just like so
Well,
everyone knows what's available for the group.
Because the only thing that's visible to us is our character sheets, then there's no notes that we can edit in Roll20.
Oh, we can make Maddie do that's just GM work. Maddie, please.
Yeah.
Maddie doesn't know how to do that. He doesn't know Roll20.
I just figured out dynamic lighting for this last adventure. I can do it. I just can't do it like on the fly.
I can keep stuff
It's
in the
pretty
data log
quick.
tab. Don't worry.
Yeah. But it is really quick. You just go in there and create a journal page and then right click it and change the permission so everyone can see it.
Yep, everyone can see it and everyone can edit it.
I think. Well, you can set everyone as an observer and then set a specific person as an owner. But yes,
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just gonna put that into the data log entry.
The two kits that are still sealed have what I just put in our chat.
well, okay.
All right.
Okay,
That is in my data log entry.
so in the one that I opened, which of these items has been spent?
I don't know. You had a bag full of goodies and you were stabilizing her. So we just rolled with you took stuff out and she's stable because you made that and we continued on. I don't know specifically what you ended up using. So
We're
the
just
idea,
considering it used.
the idea was, because in my head it was like gauze and
yeah.
keeping her from bleeding specifically. I didn't necessarily
Then-
know if there were speed heals or air hypos or anything like that in there. But I have points in first aid. I would know what those look like.
Then well I yeah, and so at the moment if to use the I guess that would be like the handful of standard stuff in the kit that could have been used up, and so the name brand stuff is there if you want to keep it or sell it for future endeavors. That would be up to you, because it that was just sort of whatever. We got to stop the bleeding, wrap the gauze around, because the med kits were things that you took. I didn't have the outlay of them. I should have, but that was on me as a DM or GM for dropping the ball on making the full generative loot, especially with the battle coming up. So the name stuff is still there because you just used the generic stuff in the one kit. So you have
So
two
just
full kits of everything, and then in the last kit you have, I guess that would be the speed heal, rapid tox, and the air hypos are just the delivery method.
They're like 50 eddies a piece.
So
Okay, yeah, so they're empty. The
Yeah,
air
they're just
hypo
like a
device
tube.
are
You
empty.
put a vial into the air hypo. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So the air hypos are still there. The speed heal would be there. The rapid detox. Does that heal like? What does that heal? I don't know what that is.
That's
So what
poison.
it does is if you are poisoned, or like let's say you're underneath a really nasty lace drug,
Mm.
you end the primary effect of the drug before the primary effect wears off, which means you don't have to make the secondary test. If you're underneath the effects of a poison like Mortalis from Solo of Fortune, it would end obviously that negative effect as well.
Okay. And then antibiotics are antibiotics.
I
They
think
do.
they help your slow healing, your daily healing.
Yeah, your daily healing is boosted by using antibiotics. So, okay. So all of those are in there then, in the bag that I have. It's just open. I'm just gonna put those on my person as well. Okay.
Since we have a moment, and I am actually technically here, would you mind summarizing the last session for me?
Well, it just so happens, JP, you and Silas managed to keep the Dust Rattler from succumbing to any sort of damage or other bad stuff. And now that you're on the highway, and it would make sense to ask, as everyone comes back and Kiri is bleeding. Well, she's stable, but she lost a little weight in one acute section of her body.
And then we have that clinician who can help us further if we need to. But
well, the clinician's not with you. Like,
oh, she left of her own accord?
yeah.
Then, okay.
Yeah, that much
Obviously
is
advising her to-
she was let go. This is something I'm sure we could have a role play through, but she wasn't given to you,
No, it would have been one of those things where she walked out with us and we told her just to keep her head low, go home,
Yeah.
spend time with family, all that sort of bullshit.
Yep. Stupid family. So yeah, go ahead then in the Dust Rattler, fill in JP in character.
Well, we found the truck, and the Iron Sights were keeping one of the clinicians hostage and got her to like run some kind of like the meds, the sump fever meds to the Iron Sights leader or whatever, whoever he was.
Iron Sights stole the meds so that and clinicians so that they could treat themselves, basically.
For the sake of protecting the rest of the city. You know, gangers just rough up people to get money.
So problem solved.
Problem solved. Silas has his truck back. They shot at us before we came to a deal.
Diplomacy always comes at the end of a gun. Sometimes you just don't see the gun.
No, I think they were gonk anyway. But yeah, essentially that's what happened.
And they're all dead?
Sorry, what?
And they're all dead?
Are
Not
they?
all of them. Most of them.
Think you'll remember their faces?
Probably.
The ones that are alive, that is?
Did the leader guy give us his name? I could have sworn he gave us a name.
Crank.
It's like Crank. Yeah.
Frank.
He is very discernible. You cannot miss Crank.
Could absolutely point out the leader to you, unless he was hiding among a bunch of disassembled engine blocks.
Looks like a fucking engine block himself.
Yeah.
The rest of them, though, a couple of them had the Dynalar Grip Kings, so maybe
On top of a
forward.
whole bunch of other cyberware.
Maybe they're Biotechnica people. Biotechnica people use Dynalars.
Lots of non-biotechnica people use Dynalars too.
That's true. Any heavy lifting that you need to do, I guess with trucks, because it is a chop shop. So we're lucky that the truck was even in one piece anymore. I guess they had gotten too busy with Crank's health to really be concerned with the truck at the moment. Hopefully his truck doesn't have any viruses and screw up his neural wire. I didn't check.
By the way, JP, if Drez is sounding a little sassy and a little less empathetic, there might be a reason for that.
JP was just about to say, I see there's no lost fuzzy feelings on the destitute and downtrodden.
On gangers?
You know, technically, if you want to think of it this way, in a real circular way, those men with the Grip Kings were just as much of a victim as they were a criminal or an assailant. They didn't know nothing about that kill switch hoopla. They'd have been in just as bad a condition as anyone else. But notice
I've
that
temporarily locked him up so they'd stop firing.
notice that once you have the power,
Self-defense, JP. Self-defense.
pulling that little trigger to say, that exploit becomes a lot easier, doesn't it? Then you wonder why the corporations do it. Same reason you did. They're afraid of us.
They're afraid of the people widely. Want us to stay like sheep. Want us to feel like sheep. Want us to feel powerless. When Night City is full of powerful people.
Yeah, and you just greased a whole bunch of people that could have helped you.
Maybe, like you said, I suffer no love lost when it comes to gangers. I suffer no love lost as when it comes to corpos either.
So, when I
Gangers,
look at someone... Sorry, go ahead.
Maybe I have a little bit more empathy for them because of the dire situations that we find ourselves in as night citizens. Maybe. But it crosses a line when you hurt people.
I mean, you just hurt people. In all technicality of the sense.
Are we really going to have a moral argument when we're all mercs?
Well, 'tis to say I was not the one to start such quarrels in our Carly conversations, but I will
I didn't
suppose
either.
to-
You asked.
What I mean to say is, whenever I do end up having to pull the trigger, or I watch someone's life extinguish like the snuff of a candle, or the flick of a switch, I just realized that that bullet was always meant for them anyways. And if it wasn't my bullet, it was going to be someone else's bullet. Everyone's got a bullet with their name on it.
Pretty sure. And I guess it's about what you do with your time before that bullet hits you. I want to make Night City better. For little guys like us. Period.
Might be almost 20 years too late, but we'll see.
It's never too late.
Should have seen this place back in the 40s. It was ripe with opportunities. So an old man like me even got to survive.
But surviving doesn't make you a legend. And it's
think
legends
y'all
that are inspiring.
I think y'all need a vacation.
I could use a vacation, yeah.
If you want to become a legend, I'll cash in on that paycheck, but I don't need no drink at a bar with my name on it.
A demon named after me, maybe.
That'd be right terrifying.
Better believe it.
Oh my gosh. She's regained consciousness in the back of the car. Hold on.
Hi, Kiri.
Hold on,
Oh,
everyone.
good. You've stopped bleeding out all over my seats.
This was excellent role playing.
Kind of just been lying there in a daze while the medicinal drugs do their work on you.
You bow to no one.
Thank you, Lethality, for that. Just
Muad.
as the audience, you get this level of role playing. You get the dramatic becoming conscious again after hobbling to the car and.
Welcome back to the land of the living.
You're awake. You're not bleeding anymore. Patched you up.
Great.
You don't sound happy.
Hey, dear.
Hmm.
Would you be happy if you got shot?
I
did,
believe she
though.
was. As a point of order,
I mean-
do
I
believe
mean,
the only
more than
person
just-
in this car who was not shot at all was JP. The only person
Yeah.
who wasn't shot at that didn't get hurt was Gopher.
I mean, more a full spray of bullets rather than just getting grazed, because I saw that.
Yes, I got grazed the once.
I took a full spray to the chest.
Yeah, I saw that. Uh-huh. It's what I've been patching up this entire time that you've been unconscious.
So
You're
that's what
welcome.
all that auto fire I now has heard of that. Okay. There was a lot of auto fire going on up there.
Oh, there
Yep.
was like 4 guys.
Full on just like spray and pray.
To be fair, I dodged most of it.
Yeah. You are a one nimble woman.
Like,
That Sandy
look,
comes in real handy.
I mean, this doesn't look great and it doesn't feel great.
Could have been
But
worse.
you should see some of the other guys.
Boy,
Well,
here.
that's kind of what we were talking about just now, is that the moral quandaries of shooting up gangers because they're shooting at you.
When you could instead figure out how to point them at the things that you really care about. And that's what I'm good at. But that requires
Maybe you
certain
can talk to those
flexibility.
gonks. Because they opened fire on us first.
Of course they did. We broke into their cover business. Of course they shot first. That's not the surprising thing. Because they shot first, we simply did what we had to do. That is not an issue. The issue would have been if we did anything after that would have jeopardized the mission, because I don't know if they told you, JP, but we figured out what was going on.
Yeah, what was going on? It was a chop shop, right?
Yeah, run by a massive, almost Borg by the name of Crank.
Yeah. Apparently he
All
looks
of that,
more
all of
animated.
them. Yeah, all of them stole the vaccine to distribute
some
amongst their people,
lady.
including him.
Had some lady in the truck.
Oh right, yeah, she's still here, isn't she?
No, she's
No,
on her
No,
way
she
home.
got-
the clinician was let go. I forgot about that, and so I was gonna ding you all 1d6 humanity because you didn't rescue the kidnapped
No, we
lady, but-
did because we asked, hey,
Yeah.
are you gonna let her go after?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah,
Yep,
no, she's
and
done.
So
I
that,
made it very clear. I explained that as part of our deal.
yeah, so
Yep,
it was
you know,
only
the bullet
localized
brain.
humanity loss, not a general one.
yeah, that's why they stole the clinician as well and kept the truck. But Silas has his truck now.
Yes.
Indeed. You two have done me a solid. Well, technically all of you have done me a solid. It won't be forgotten.
Be good, because Silas's ego is the kind of thing that I would kick people into the river for.
Well, you know, sometimes he might need exactly that. He is still quite young compared to us.
You and I, at least.
That's why I said us.
I was
I
more
meant the whole
referring
of
to
the
the other.
car.
I was more referring to the others. But you know what? You're right. Chalk it up to the pain.
You don't have a pain editor?
No, they took that out. I should reinvest in one, but the therapy.
I don't think
Yeah.
people should use things like pain editors. I don't think those are smart.
On purpose, it turns off pain centers in your brain.
They're useful, but you need to be sparing in usage because yes, it can those sorts of
Pain.
chipware can most certainly cause cyberpsychosis because it shuts off some of the rather important danger signals. As you were
Pain's
going
how
to
you
say.
know that things are going wrong.
Yep.
Tell you what, when
Just-
it starts to rain, there's an ache in my left hip that I'd give a pain editor for.
I mean, you don't need a pain edit for that. Just get a new hip.
I think the pain editor is cheaper.
Pain editor might be cheaper, but in the long run,
Is it really though?
maybe getting a
'Cause unless
cyber
you
hip would be ideal.
cyber hip, you just need to replace your hip joint. Pain editor, you need a chipware socket and a neural system.
Or you know, if you've got a neuro port, that comes with 2 chip slots.
I have 2 chip
Yeah.
slots. Usually
Yeah,
have
fancy
JP.
folk.
Me and JP might be very far apart in terms of when we were born, but we're both alike in the fact that we don't really cotton to that newfangled tech.
JP holds out his hand for a fist bump.
I am actively driving, and you are not in the front passenger seat, so
You can fist bump in the air.
cool. Yeah, sure. I'll take my hand off the wheel and bend my cyber arm backwards for that.
It's
Yeah,
like
that-
an action figure. He just swivels all the way around.
Yeah.
Instead of
neural
looking,
ports.
46 humanity loss for a pain editor.
Yeah, because it literally turns off pieces of your brain.
Yeah.
So
Just
you
to
lose
install it.
4 or 24 humanity.
Who needs to feel
46.
feelings?
Yeah, 24, yeah.
Well, that does bring up a point then. So the next couple days are going to be filled with healing, shopping, and presumably trying to find something to do to provide some income, and or also laying low to see what any sort of fallout from this could bring. Is there anything in this scene with, so hail the gang's all here, but is there anything here before you all are dropped off that you wanted to bring up with you all guaranteed together before you all are doing your individual things? Or are we moving into now sort of like the daily, the daily life moments of each of the group, the members of the Lost and Found?
Just the mentioning that I'll probably need Gova Salt to repair my armor.
I did get some. I am stopping for something to get on the way home, but that's going to be my executive suit bag to hang up at our apartment. That way we can stick armor in it and let it heal.
Okay.
I'll be keeping that on my character sheet, but it is available for Kiri to use as well.
If you want to do that, then yeah. Then that would be like a thing on Monday and not like 4 a.m. on a Sunday night.
No, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then in or out of character, Night Mage / JP, is there anything else that you might need caught up on, or do you need a clarification on anything that happened before we roll into the week?
No, I think we're pretty caught up. Saw this guy's truck. He's happy. Lady's saved. We know that Brick is probably none too fond of us.
I mean, Crank.
Brick, whatever.
I managed to keep things somewhat smooth there.
Brick is probably alive at this point in time, but you haven't met him yet.
Yeah, no.
That is my bad. I was thinking like Brick face, like
yeah, Brick. Yeah, I mean,
Just as a note,
I mean,
JP.
Ironsides are a splinter cell of that group.
other way around, but yes.
Yeah, whatever.
There was 400 eddies that you got for your own pocket. I don't know if it was already notated on your character sheet.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Because we got
Oh,
400
yeah.
eddies direct.
Yeah, because we stole their money.
We stole their money. Yep, we divided it
Yeah.
up.
There was a cred chip in a safe that Outback obtained in exchange for a gangster's life.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then because of that, and he wasn't very cooperative, he unintentionally saved the life of another guy because I ran out of bullets. Ran out of bullets, and I didn't want to reload with a ganger in front of me on the stairs, so I let him go.
Yep, that's true. So I guess that it did buy 2 lives in a sense. Yeah. All right. Well then, you are all delivered to your homes safely. The rest of the morning and perhaps even the afternoon will pass as you sleep after this whirlwind of a Saturday that turned from whatever you all did on Saturday to meeting at the Golden Dragon to we're doing this, managing a crowd of shuffling zombies in Sector 4, and then finally leading to a shootout in a dockside warehouse. This was a hell of a day for you all. Mm-hmm. So it is now Sunday afternoon. So it is Sunday, February 3rd, but it's just, afternoon, late afternoon. And on this day then, JP, because, I mean, sleeping in, but you also might still be the early riser here. We'll start with you. As you are waking up. Although, oh shoot, you know what? You're in a cube hotel this month, aren't you?
I sure am.
Yep. I'll have to get a scene for that. So just pretend that your former place under the overpass is a cube hotel. But you wake up in the cube hotel, and it is Sunday. What are? I mean, I know you asked Drake, hey, what's the give me the reports and everything, but is there anything on your docket for the day that is specific? You want to shop for something, or you need to see someone in particular, or is this just a free day?
I'm intentionally going to go out of my way to try to find like a pretty simple gig that involves like protecting a community member from one of the golden dragons.
Okay.
I want to try and put together a gig where JP kind of shows D-Rez like the good side of what a gang can do.
Okay. Beyond the specifics, if we're talking for a general concept, this would be kind of like a low-level hustle for the week, like
Yeah,
to
it'd be
get
like
some
a
income
500.
and. All right.
It'd be like, I'm like, hey, let's go do this thing for an afternoon. Might involve bullets, but probably not.
Okay. All right. Well then, I mean, you're in Little Kowloon, or you're nearby it anyway, so that's you begin that process. Let's pop out. Speaking of where the Aldecaldos are, which is a new location, because when the flooding happened, they picked up from where they were when the game started, but the scene will still be mostly similar. You have all the different vehicles, the tents, the campers, and everything. Outback, what does Sunday afternoon look like to you? And do you have any specific plans or some sort of broad intention?
Well, given that we've, moved to actually fighting physical people in a real space scenario, and so inspired by the bulkiness of Gopher, I was going to purchase actual armor
Okay.
instead of just having, leather.
Right. So you're gonna go into town, or are you gonna buy something from?
I mean, it would probably be up to you if this exists within, but he would actually want to turn his old nomad like leather jacket into armor jack, because he doesn't want to get rid of his nomad leathers, and armor jack can look like any clothing. So,
Well, you can get a mimic kit, which is light armor jack that you sew into your jacket. Yeah, I mean, you could just make it like cosmetically, and it's noticeable armor, or you could get the mimic kit and it's not quote unquote noticeable.
let's see.
Either way should work.
Either way, I think it costs the same too.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so yeah, then I'll do that if I have
Basically,
to.
do you want it to be obviously an armored leather jacket, or do you want it to be a low-key armored jacket?
Yeah, no, low key armor.
Then the other aspect is time, because if you just go buy it, it's there and you're spending the money. Or if you want to have Gopher do it or someone else, then you buy it, but maybe it's cheaper or something. It'll still take some time to install.
Yeah, I think I can do it myself. I'm
Okay.
no techie, but I do have points in basic tech. So
Okay, so you want to go into town and buy the discrete
the mimic
armor kit?
yeah.
Okay, and then do you know what's the role that you would need, or is there a DV that comes with it?
I don't know what
You
the
would
item
check.
is.
So it's called a mimic kit. It's in black chrome. It costs 100 eddies. So it's going to be considered if you go and look at the maker table for the technician, it's whatever the 100 eddy bracket is, which I think is 15 or 17 on the DV.
It's 17.
Thank you.
17 in a day.
Okay.
So 17 DV 17 on basic tech.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna just to be sure put 2 luck on that.
Okay.
He doesn't want to fuck up his leathers.
There you go. All right.
Any special emblems or anything you add to it?
Yeah, the lost and found emblem.
Ooh, there we go.
What
Y'all are
is that?
super
Is it
official
just-
now.
That
is it
is
just L and F.
I put it like forever ago in the Cyberpunk
Oh.
chat. It
Yeah.
should be up here somewhere. I'll find it and repost it. Don't worry.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
So I just pointed out really quickly, the mimic kits don't even require a roll. It's just you buy it and then you can transform a thing.
Oh, it's like
into one.
it's like here's all the instructions on how to do it. Spend an afternoon DIY kit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically. Basically, you don't you basically and it's so easy that you can't screw it up.
Well, he took the extra time to put the iron, or not even an iron-on patch, but a sewn-on patch onto his leather. So that's
Yeah,
where the basic
yeah,
tech
added
comes
an
in.
additional patch. Yeah, the mimic armor kits don't even basically are like, yeah, no, there's no sewing required. It's so magical.
As you
It's
are
like
in
the
the
vest, and
city,
you put on the coat over the vest.
Here we
One
go. I
thing.
found it. There we go.
One of the things about cyberpunk, a lot of people, even what seems like normal clothing, is actually sandwiched layers of very specific synthetic materials that are still have like electronics in them.
Yep. Like
Electronics
Kiri's,
or armor or
Something.
whatever else you want to wear. Whatever
Like
else you want to
Kiri's
put
kit,
into the
right?
fabric weave.
Yeah, Kiri's kit, for example, is very much like that. It's not armor, but it doesn't look like armor, but it's armor. Because
Yeah,
light
just
armor jack is
just
like that.
the suit.
D-Rez's
Well,
bodyweight
there's
suit
styles.
is basically a swimsuit with clothing on top.
Yeah, so
But, like,
that's
go ahead.
reposted the emblem so you can see
Oh.
that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That looks good. I remember seeing it now. Yeah.
yep.
Let,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, light armor jack, like, there's the mimic kit, which is for the incognito, because light armor jack is still like people see it and see armor, but they don't freak out about it because it's still like It's like Calvin Klein underwear. It's like a specific like brand of clothing that also happens to be armored.
You see the slight like silhouette of like light armor jack plating.
Kind of like a Under Armour. Everyone
Hmm.
everyone that's seen an Under Armour shirt can see another Under Armour shirt, kind of thing.
Yeah.
While you're in the city, then you're shopping for this kit. That might be a little too fancy for like a pop-up shop, or like a the general store in the Aldecaldos camp to have. So you're in the city, and when you come out, after this could even been you at the store, you buy it, and they give you a workbench or something to start applying it, or whatnot, or you're shopping to get a patch embroidered. That we could throw that in for as a free concept, especially because it's cool, right?
Yeah.
However, it's going to take you a while, right? You drive in, you're going shopping, you're picking this up, maybe you get a lunch. You can tell me your afternoon, but at some point in time when you come back out to the Dust Rattler, there's a long, narrow piece of paper under one of your wiper blades.
Oh no.
Hmm. Well, that's interesting. I'm gonna look around to make sure this isn't like one of those wait for him to reach for it and jump him kind of things.
Okay. You're welcome to perceive,
I'm gonna-
and see if there's
oh, there we go. 15 on perception. If there's anything I see, then
there's no one that you are perceiving is in an ambush state. I'm
Okay.
sure that there is someone who's huddled behind a garbage can, but that's probably because of a personal administration of some variety, and not because he's waiting to jump you in your ride.
All right. I will pull it from underneath my wipers and get in the car before starting to read it.
Got it. All right. So the long piece of paper seems to be some sort of a receipt for medical supplies. And
That's
beyond, oh, that's kind of a cool little coupon. So maybe I should hold on to this. There is something written on the back of it.
Okay.
As presented in chat. Game chat. For the audience, because you might not be able to read this if you're on mobile, or especially if you're just listening.
No, yeah, it's too small.
Oh, I even have. Hang on a second. I have the voice.
You have the voice mod open, so.
Nice ride. You and your crew made a serious mess of my boys at the docks. Honestly, good riddance. If they couldn't handle your crew, they were defective parts anyway, and I don't need weakness in the iron sights right now. My machine is humming, my head is clear, and I have a gap in my roster that needs exactly your brand of pragmatic violence. You proved you can get things done. I have a job. Let's talk business on neutral ground. Leave the heavy artillery in the trunk this time. Call the number on the back when you're ready to make some real eddies. Frank.
Okay, maybe you didn't smooch, but.
Sure hope he didn't. Okay. Interesting. That proposal is definitely going to go over well with D-Res. I'll just, I guess we have a group text now.
Yeah.
I will send the group text that just, when are we next meeting up?
Whatever you need.
Alright, I got something on the line.
Wonderful. You can give me a ride to my next contact.
Kiri just sent a text back, not until Tuesday.
Alright.
I am also indisposed until Tuesday.
Double never mind, I guess. Unless you
All
still
right.
want to give me that ride.
Sure, I'll still give you a ride. Probably better if you can mull it over, see what you can pull up before bringing it up to everyone else.
Sure.
So yeah, JP's the first one to know about that in the group.
Okay, yeah,
mean
it could be later
sunrise,
that
laundromat.
afternoon. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's probably the one who will approach it in the most level-headed manner.
Me, level-headed? Never.
I mean, out of this group,
JP only appears level-headed.
you're definitely more level-headed than myself, D-Res, and Kiri. The two of whom used grenades in an enclosed space.
Well, if I was younger, I probably have used a grenade in an enclosed space before, which is why I have an internal audio suit.
Well, you're also you are most assuredly the most level-headed out of me and your characters, because one thing that was not brought up is Kiri used her grenade to kill people. I used the grenade to open a door.
Sounds
it's
like you
the
both used a
military-grade
tool.
Yeah, it's like a military-grade explosive. It's designed to kill people. What a fucking shock!
I
And
was not
imagine,
using it
with the
as
same
intended.
force that kills people, it opens doors. Sometimes killing the people behind the door.
I wasn't that lucky, but so yeah, you get a ride later the day. You're the first one to get the note as the fixer.
You don't have anything against the Golden Dragons, do you?
I've never interacted with them unless you are a part of them, in which case I've only interacted with you.
Great, because I'm gonna need a driver for a thing.
Okay, that is my work here.
Well, I
I
mean,
don't really care who
in
I'm
the future,
driving.
for the Golden Dragons.
Okay. If it pays, I'll drive him.
That's the goal. All right, now take me to this noodle stand about 5 blocks over.
You got it, boss.
Thank you, young man.
JP, do you have any wit, wisdom, or insight about the note that was shown to you?
So JP's first reaction, now that he starts to drive off, is to, unfold and look over it proper. Then he kind of chews on his lower lip for a little while as he folds it and unfolds it. He goes, honestly, I say put a slug in the middle of their forehead. But if they want to do business, I don't mind doing business. However, I mean, Carrie would probably just put a bullet in their head, and I wouldn't really remiss it, and payment would be whatever the hell is on his body, I guess. So there you go. There's my reaction to your little... I mean, he really doesn't know how to spell anything.
Yeah, well, I feel like they could be a bit of a problem. And, well, to work with any of you all, I'd need to come into the city, unless you are all going to decide to move out to the Badlands. They're gonna... Nomad car, middle of the city. A little obvious. Already found me once to give me that message. Wouldn't be too hard for them to keep doing that. And the next time it might not be so kind as a strip of paper.
Well, they, and JP will pull out one of those first scream sheet advertisements we got about Pacifica. I mean, a couple of us, we could pitch in on one of these.
A bougie place like that, I think you're the only one who's going to be fitting in there. Maybe Kiri,
Well,
too.
ain't got to fit in. You can stay inside. We could put some trees up. Hell, make a privacy fence. Actually, you know what? That's not a bad idea.
It's nice to have dreams, JP.
It is indeed. But these ones are attainable. This isn't really that expensive. Not if we got a couple fellas chipping in. And listen, I said I wouldn't, share my last place with you, but I mean, you saw how little it was. I'm an old man. Bigger place. There's plenty of room. Plus, it's real property, real land, not just the building or a part of the building.
Maybe someday.
All right, well, you think about that. I'm gonna fold that back in my pocket. This, I don't know. And then I just throw that out the window. The note that he got.
It is a good thing that I've already had some form of a copy of that onto my agent.
And a CVS receipt like that tangles up like half a mile of highway behind you. That's
Just hit some poor sucker's thing like right dead in the middle center, and he's like, "Oh God, brakes, smash, crash."
All right,
All
JP.
in the background.
JP rolls the window down. Time to throw out the window.
Yep.
Time to throw out the window.
And 20 minutes later, it's still going.
Yeah. Yeah, if either of you, I mean, you read the note, so JP, if you want Crank's number, you can, or if you don't care, because they're clearly an inferior gang to the Golden Dragons, then I guess that number's all yours, Outback.
Yeah.
Numbers are useful. We've definitely recorded the number.
Okay. So, you two have then over the afternoon, now going into evening, are approaching the noodle shop and such. So let's go over to Gopher. Gopher, it is afternoon. You think Outback is there, and then you realize he's not. So you're not succumbing to psychosis. What are you doing for your Sunday afternoon going into evening?
Outback truly haunts the narrative.
Yep.
I wonder how, like, at what time did we actually, like, get home after all that?
We'll say you
4:35
were
a.m.
dropped off probably around 5 a.m. We'll say.
To probably sleep through the morning.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
Then the next question is, do you eat kibble, or do you have like one of them nice pre-packs that you can pop in the microwave and it's like what they used to call a TV dinner?
Probably
You guys-
have a pack of kibble. Then because if two of us are going to be out for the week, more or less, may as well see about trying to get started on actually fixing this mask properly.
Sounds like a worthy investment of time.
Gopher, there's a knock on your tin door.
Answer it.
It is the wife of the guy who owns the stack, the Hab stack.
What can I do for you?
Well, I hate to be a bother. I received a report from some concerned neighbors that the hot water in the shower isn't working, and our usual maintenance guy is not answering. I'm kind of wondering if maybe you could take a look at it. I know you're good with this sort of stuff.
All right. Don't have
Thank
much
you.
else going on right now. So.
You're such a dear. I appreciate it. You gonna go look at it?
Yeah.
You go to this section of the stack's communal bathroom area. Since you don't necessarily have one of your own, but there's like a shared like toilet and shower space. Kind of like, I don't know if any of you are familiar like college dorms. You'll have like a bunch of bedrooms in a hall, but like one central bathroom floor for it. And the evidence of why the hot water isn't working, and this was an issue reported by your neighbors to the. Apparently, there's a cat that is sneezing somewhere. Is because there was some sort of a fight that happened here, and the knobs for the showers have been snapped off, and there's a big bloody streak going across the tiles of the shower area.
Okay.
There's no bodies, but there is a lot of cause for bleeding due to, some jagged exposed plumbing and bathroom fixtures not being present.
Yeah, I think I'll probably have to go out and get some replacement parts. So probably do that and take care of it and go from there.
Alrighty. Are you doing this on your dime?
Yeah.
Oh, very nice of you. Okay, well, you can. You taking the 210 into town, or do you also want to see if Outback is available for a ride, or are you calling a cab? How are you getting around town?
I'll see if Outback's available.
Okay. Outback taxi. This would be. So you slept in. You talked to the landlady. You went up there, and you're just making a list of this quite literally bloody mess and what needs to be done. So I would say Outback, you get a boop message around the time that you're almost at the noodle stand that JP who's with you wants to be dropped off at. Volume, I can't hear you.
Oh, that's what happened. I accidentally hit my push to mute button.
Smooth.
Yeah, I guess I'll be there in like 15 for Gopher then.
Alright then.
Okay, so you're dropping off JP, and then you're gonna leave him to the noodle business, and you're gonna go over and get Gopher.
I will leave him to his noodles.
Okay.
All right, here's $100 for gas. Get out of here.
Oh, okay then.
All right.
Okay.
You go and you leave JP, and you go to grab. You go to get Gopher at the over in the section he lives in, which is affectionately known as the Stacks. They're not quite mega buildings, but they're certainly structures of girders and such that have been welded together, and then all of these shipping containers are just sort of shoved into the lattice network, and with some like plyboard and some corrugated metal and stuff for walkways, and sort of reused industrial stairs and things for getting around. So you go out to the Stacks. We have it's late afternoon. You're now I can have you in the scene. What are you two doing or saying as you're going out to, the effect of like Lowe's or Menards or Home Depot or whatever?
How's your day been?
I suppose the whole point is you can't even tell, but up to armor on my jacket, taps it. Still managed to keep the look. Got one of these patches too. Need to get some for the rest of you. And
Looks
other than
good.
that, yeah, it's pretty good.
Actually,
Feels
JP
good.
didn't notice either, right?
He did. The whole point of the
Yeah.
mimic is that it doesn't look any different.
Yeah. All right, it's working. 2 tests so
He
far.
had a feeling that completely unfounded. Gopher's a techie. He's pretty sure Gopher would know. Gopher didn't know. That's the whole point.
Mm.
But he's like, Gopher probably knew.
Yeah,
but I'll say
yep,
it
I'm
anyways.
that good.
Other than that, I had to drop JP off or something and came around, pick you up. Haven't heard much from the ladies. but they seem to be recovering today.
Yeah, I guess the hot water's out, and the stacks, and reason is, I guess some guys got into a fight and used the showers as an arena.
Didn't shoot up the pipes, did they?
No, they did rip out some of the fixtures, though.
That kind of a fight, I see.
I think,
Well, I'm not one to judge what people want to do in the showers.
I think you also mentioned something about a job offer in the
Yeah,
group
I'm potentially working on something. Handed it off to JP for his professional opinion, but once we have everyone and can get together, we'll go more into detail on that. It's a bit interesting.
All right. Well, I mean, finding a home repair place isn't going to be too difficult. It's a nice, easy drive. If you're buying the supplies to reinstall some of the pipes and some of the knob fixtures, 150 out of your pocket, Gopher, and you'll have the parts that you need to fix up your floors, like plumbing and how to control the mix of water and everything.
Yeah, at least it's just a fight in the showers.
Yeah.
I've heard some real bad stuff about what people can cause in those container stacks. Drug labs going up, knocking several stacks down. It's not a pretty sight.
Now, while you are out shopping and driving around, and you'd eventually have to head back, let's see if either of you, including JP, might end up getting contacted for something, or it could just very well be a quiet day. Meanwhile, back at the mega building.
Let's see if Gopher and Outback blink and there is another message in the windshield wipers. What? How? Were they on my roof?
It is at some point that you tell me on Sunday. Maybe both of you who are aching and have been shot up just want to sleep the day away, which is fine and understandable. I don't know. At some point on Sunday, when do we find you doing anything of particular note besides recuperating?
Yes, definitely taking it easy over the next 2 days because I would like to be back at full before we even remotely try and.
As a part of that, while Kiri is probably snoozing, as she is the one recovering, pretty much, I had a graze. Takes me a day to get over it.
Yep.
So
this would be your day of recovery, right?
Yeah.
It's Sunday. It's the next day.
Yeah. Taking it easy, grabbing some, generic pre-packed food from one of the vending machines out in the mega building floor to bring back for dinner.
Noodles.
And
you have a specific request.
Go get noodles.
The
and
super
bringing
spicy ones.
And bringing back a suit bag.
All right. Well, then first things first.
What's Kiri's preferred spice level for ramen?
Depends.
Drez! The noodle shop owner calls you in condensed fashion, as always. Drez! Good to see... Ooh. Not so good to see you. What happened?
caught a stray.
Ah. Stray cats can be terrible things.
There's no cats in
Yes.
the building.
What would you like to eat?
I'm getting my favorite, and I'm getting Kiri's favorite. So, Lethality, tell us what her favorite is at this noodle shop.
I imagine Kiri's regular is probably like what some would consider like hot spicy, but not the spiciest that you can get. Like chicken and garlic flavors.
Or D-Rez is getting something a little along the lines of medium spice curry flavor.
Bringing some back. How is Kiri?
She's okay. She's sleeping in today.
She also found some stray cats.
Yeah, a
Mhm.
little more than I did.
Yeah, strays.
She's okay though. Nothing I couldn't patch up.
Well, just for her, I'll put in 1 extra cube of tofu.
You're thoughtful. So sweet.
It's not like a super comical sliver, but he does make a little extra cube and deliberately places it in front of you as a show of good faith.
She puts it in like a plastic bag and goes to leave. Thanks.
Before you go,
Mhm.
Drez.
It's D-Rez.
Oh, I forget. I have to hiccup between the two. Derez. You know things about computers, yes?
Plenty.
I was thinking at some point I could talk to you about some upgrades to the store. We've been doing well so far this year, and I'd like to make this place a little bit better.
Something wrong with your terminal?
It's functional, it's old, and I think that there's more that I could do. Can you imagine if I could somehow have a way to take orders from everyone's apartments instead of relying on them coming here?
I'd worry that would overwhelm you. You're just the one chef.
Oh, well, you've eaten here enough. You know enough about the food. I could hire you to cook.
Oh. I'm a terrible cook.
Oh. But then Kiri, I'm sure she can handle a knife.
True. But like what kind of pay?
Oh, I suppose that would be how busy we are. And in part that would be, could you get us into everyone's apartments? I'd have to talk to the mega building owner to see if we could install something like that. But I would rather help the people here in our building before I worry about others.
So I want to give you some food for thought. Do you just want to be a chromanticore vending machine? Or do you want to have a noodle shop?
A noodle
wanna
shop
sell
that delivers.
Well, yeah. Nothing is really stopping you from, accepting, like, hollow calls and, people calling for orders, but how much of what you're talking about you installing, I don't know, an all foods, the same as installing an all foods vending in every apartment. How much is that? Of that is taking away the heart and soul of this place.
Oh, no, 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 no. This is a part of the heart and soul. This isn't a brand you can buy anywhere. This is our building's noodle shop.
So, that's what I'm saying, is that people come from the penthouse floor to ground level to see you.
I wish they did.
This isn't some corpo tower. Penthouse level is maybe like, I don't know, Carpo Comats or something like that. I don't know. I haven't been up to the penthouse levels. Look, I'm just saying, from a 51st floor resident,
Hmm.
that I like coming down to the ground floor.
Hmm.
And plenty of other people do too. You don't need to deliver. But maybe it can be convenient for those who can't make it down, but I don't think you need to change much. Because that's a big commitment you're talking about. You're talking about expanding your space. You're talking about expanding your employee base. You're talking about taking money out of your own pocket to give people salary. You're talking about hiring deliverers. You're talking about hiring and installing new terminal systems, new subnets, that sort of stuff. All of that's expensive. And unless you've got $1 million eddies in your back pocket that I don't know about, I don't know that you're expanding quite that big just yet.
Oh, not 1 million. I've been saving for a long while. Dreaming on paper. But if
No,
you know,
terminals are an upgrade. Employees are an expansion. Just think about it that way. You pay, I don't know, like maximum. We're talking about terminal. We're talking about a decent enough subnet that you can connect to the greater city net, that you won't run into like malware, or you'll have your menu displayed, you'll have your terminal to take the orders, and then you'll have your chefs kind of reading another terminal to get the orders, and that sort of stuff. That kind of a system, brand new, costed 2,000 to 3,000 eddies, maybe more.
Is that something that you can't do then? It's okay if you can't. I appreciate you letting me know about this. Subnets and whoever this malware person is that I need to avoid.
Oh. And we would really need to educate you on some computer technology. Security systems.
Well, this one, right, he taps this very, simple, order-taking terminal over here. This one I have down pretty well. I can't imagine another restaurant-style terminal would be too difficult.
That one doesn't connect to a subnet, does
it? His mouth just hangs open as he's considering how to answer that.
You have to update your menu separately from when you update your terminal to count orders?
Oh, no. When I need to raise the prices, he goes and he swivels it around, and he's showing you by hunting and pecking. I go here, I hit the menu to go to the button, and then I drop down, click, 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 and and I select the item, click, and then I go over to the price, click, and then I type it in like this, click, click. Oh wait, no, not that. Back. Click, click, enter. And then I back out, click, click, and then he swivels the thing back around to you. See? I raised the price by 25 cents.
Mm. Oh boy.
And hold on, it's still processing. And then you see the dish finally populates the extra 25 cents up on the display up here.
How old is this system?
Oh, let's see. I found it when I moved in to start the noodle shop in the location. I would say
About as old as you?
probably. I'd have to imagine that this terminal's got to be from the 2020s. Solid. Haven't been hacked yet.
Does it even have interface plugs?
Well, it has to run on electricity. There's a plug for it.
No. I'm talking about, and she points to the interface plug on her wrist. Like, interface plugs. Like human interface plugs.
Tell you what, I mean, if you don't mind taking an extra minute, I know you have your dishes. You're welcome to look at it. There's words you're using. Maybe it's because I don't quite understand.
It's part of the reason why I'm thinking that you should just leave things the same as they are. If it's not broke, don't fix it, but...
It's been a solid performer.
But I will take a look. I don't need interface plugs to be able to navigate a computer system. But she is going to look for an interface plug somewhere on the terminal.
Okay. This would, so this is definitely tech from like 40-ish, 40 plus years ago. I personally don't know how the connectivity was. Like, I'm sure it was different because it was like a wrist mounted thing. If you needed a plug-in, I think.
It would still have an interface plug. It would just go from the wrist deck to the terminal.
Yeah, and it's
So
probably
think of
USB-A
from-
instead of C or something like that too. You know, it's just
So think of it like this. In 2077, when you're running through the Cynosure portion of the Phantom Liberty DLC, you still interfaced with an interface plugs. That technology is 40 plus years old. Whether you plugged in from a Cyberdeck into that, or you plugged in yourself into the terminal, whichever you had. But
then we'll say this. I guess similar to the USB A to C interface. This you could, but you don't have the right like end to your cord. But you do have your dad's deck still, and that would have the correct
right plug.
Yeah, like the right, you know, you could always try and buy a converter as well for the end.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you're used, you're used to this, but you need like an A end instead of a C end.
Okay. Well, I might just have to.
It's very
Go
dusty
ahead.
as well. Like you go down, you look, and you gotta like clean out the port a little bit.
I may have to go and grab something from my toolkit upstairs. Do you mind if I come back?
I'm here all day. Go tell Kiri that I hope she gets better. And don't forget to remind her I gave her an extra cube of tofu.
I'll let her know. I'll be back. And so I'm going to make my way back up to the 51st floor of our mega building
Yep.
to get back to our apartment.
All right. I mean, Kiri is presumably in bed, or if she's not, she's probably doing something she shouldn't that could be aggravating her wounds.
She is not.
Okay.
I've got noodles.
Noodles.
Seemed like a good call. Although the noodle shop guy needs me to come down and see if there's something wrong, or maybe giving his terminals a hiccup. God, the thing's ancient. So, and she goes digging around in a drawer in her desk, pulls out this old wrist-mounted cyberdeck that looks like it has seen much better days. It's dinged, it's dented. The screen on it when she opens it up is maybe a little cracked.
Okay.
The little, the buttons facing has faded maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
She looks at the interface cord on it just to make sure it's the right type.
Yep.
God, I haven't booted this thing in years. Go to power it on.
Are you gonna... And Kiri just kind of tilts her head at D. What?
My
Are
old
you going
deck.
to take that on a net run?
Well, not a net run. That would be silly. This thing is ancient. It wouldn't even be able to process the kinds of things that I can do with it. That I would want to do with it. This thing, in a sense, is a brick. But I may need it to repair the noodle shop guy's terminal and his tiniest little subnet that he basically runs just a display and a terminal on.
Oh dear.
This is the deck I learned on. I'm a little rusty with it, but
Well, yeah, given that it's not running meta.
no.
Because that's a deck before the invention of the universal programming language.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to manually program some things, maybe. Get this system to run a little faster. It's been a long time since I've had to actually code using a keyboard.
Well, let's see how that goes. I'm just gonna continue to lie here.
Get feeling better. He wishes you well. He added extra tofu.
Tofu. Thank him for me. I'll eat in a sec. I just have to get up.
Don't hurt yourself. Do you need help?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Ring me on the hollow if you need me.
Yeah.
And she's going to leave.
All right.
Her dad's old cyberdeck that doesn't have any programs loaded on it, to be fair.
Yep.
she's gonna have to manually start writing some programs for it.
So clearing the quest of telling Kiri that extra tofu is in her meal, you get that like screaming guitar riff of doing a quest, and you walk back out to the noodle shop.
In
Get
which
outta
case,
here,
she's
Carrie.
actually kind of surprised that the deck is even functioning right now, because it hasn't been powered on in years.
So you power it on, and there's like a minute of battery. It's gonna need like a new battery and other things. Like, it works, but it is old at this point. But you can keep it plugged in, especially for this job. There's an outlet, so you can, you can use a laptop if the battery's dead. It just needs to be plugged in and have the power flow through it. So you have like a minute, you boot it up, it makes some little clicks and whirs or other things that would be appropriate to age this tech. And you head back down with your totally cool Nintendo Power Glove, and
You power it up for the first time in forever. It's still got battery. There's a god run of Pokemon Platinum going.
ooh, yeah. What are you gonna find here?
Your dad was in the middle of a hardcore Nuzlocke.
or because Coffee likes tragedy, this is super sentimental, and Drez finds like a ghost save file in a racing game of like her dad's favorite
And he never
racetrack,
beat it.
and he never beat it, and so you get to like race against your dad on his favorite track ever, and
Then-
She
but
probably
then-
finds bits and
yeah.
pieces
Yeah.
that she hasn't swiped off of the deck yet. It still has chip slots, so she can still put shards in it.
So after you kind of dug around on the side, because there's like some sort of a plug was like input into it, or not, like put over it, and it's just over the years. Not that this place is like super dirty and greasy, but just he never paid attention, and like so it's a little dust. It's sort of like blended in. You like kind of scraped at it, you picked at it. You're gonna have to go in, kind of blow the cartridge, kind of a thing. Get in there, make sure everything's all cleared out. He has like a little chopstick and other things that you can like get in there, and like I'm not worried about a roll regarding that because you're rediscovering the tech. But you clear out the port. There is a power plug, so you can make sure that your own device is plugged in, so you don't have to go on the minute battery that you have. And yeah, you plug it in and turn it on. And you get the main terminal just goes to like a little like thinking icon, and then it goes to like a command prompt. So instead of the menu and everything it's always been, in fact, for the most part, you can even see where, because this has been used for so long that a lot of the menu has just burnt into the screen because it's been the
Like
same thing
CRTs.
all the time. Things have mostly been the same price for a very long time. There's been very little change. So on this kind of green and white, like CRT style, the menu's burnt in, but it's not enough that would distract you, at least from a very simple command prompt. It's just that right now the current command is chicken ramen is what's burnt into the screen after the command request.
Okay. So she's concerned about the communication lag between the terminal and the price screens.
Mm-hmm.
So she's gonna see if she can find any issue in that.
Okay.
Like something program wise that might be clogging up the system. And
Okay.
see about dumping it using her dad's old
Yeah. Just
her
make
dad's
a
old cyber deck.
just make a raw interface. It's you and your net running skill. Or it's a D10 in your net running skill. Like, this is just you.
Okay. Do you want me to roll it as if the cyber deck is a poor cyber deck at the -1?
You know what? Yes. And not to be a jerk, but I actually think that makes sense. And
Hold
hey,
on.
if you get it, then
Well.
you definitely earned it.
You
Poor
can't agree
cyber
to that,
decks.
but they just get a -1 to their slot count. They don't get a -1 to their like usage.
No.
That's what the
yeah,
-1 is.
The-
Does
the
it say
-1 is
interface?
to interface. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and roll it
Okay.
at a -1 as it's it whirs and clicks and
But if
does
I
its-
do get a 1 on a poor cyber deck, because that's probably what this is at the moment,
it'll
that
jack
does
you
mean
out,
that
right?
my cyber deck, that my dad's cyber deck bricks.
Oh, it bricks it. Ooh.
Yeah. If I roll a 1 crit fail, it bricks it. That's what a poor cyber deck will do.
Hmm.
So, just
Whew.
say-
All right. Man, it might not have been too spicy, but you're sweating. You get that moment where it like hangs up and it keeps spinning and
it's like stuck on, like
Yeah.
stuck doing a task.
Yeah.
It locked up.
But
Fan
it's
is
similar.
going at like 9,000 RPM,
I'm
and then
trying.
it finally
trying to do a
clicks
task.
down.
Not ready to do.
Yeah. So similar, I guess, to that in the menu. Like there is a hang up, and then you are in. There's nothing that's really stopping you, but like you've made connection, right? You are with the system so that you can jive with it. But yeah, it's something. If
I don't
nothing
have
else,
any of
this
my
confirms
programs
something
loaded.
is causing it to kind of whir. There's a weird extra
Weird
processing
something
delay. Yeah.
In that case, for a sort of meat space action case, then, I want to see if with a computer skills or a computer systems role,
Mhm.
because I have one, I want to see if there's something physically wrong with the terminal.
Ah, okay.
So I'm gonna
Sure.
roll my computer systems for my science.
Nice.
I'm a computer whiz, y'all.
I don't think that's the issue. It's still using a 1080.
Yeah. You're looking inside. There's the different vents, and the vents are clear. Though I can say, while the outside has been maintained to a general cleanliness that a restaurant would need, the inside of this case certainly shows its age. It's like this is the meme of, are you looking at an old like Asus motherboard inside a smoker's home from 20 years ago, but it looks like an abandoned desert temple? Like you're not sure which thing you're looking at. Like some ancient desert civilization that's been lost, or is it a photograph of just like a really cruded up motherboard? You may be looking into the past at some some old Egyptian model of a city or something. Yeah, the inside. So in short,
Dead.
because I do ramble, as I was rightfully called out on doing, the inside is clogged up.
Okay.
Horribly
So-
so.
She probably has a bunch of computer repair tools that she keeps on hand from time to time, just like little pocket things. Probably even like something that sprays pressurized air, but doesn't necessarily need like a whole spray can sort of thing. Should just kind of like dusts it out a little bit.
This would need more than, I guess, like a Swiss Army knife thing that you would have. Now, if you have those tools, or you might need to shop for them, and hey, you got to go shopping anyway.
Yeah.
But I think to repair this or to attend to this is going to require more than, just like carrying a little brush, like a little toothbrush or something to wipe stuff off. Especially if you don't want to like
Gunk.
if there's like dry rot or there's something that requires a super delicate, so that you don't accidentally like sweep over a capacitor whose soldering is very fragile
gone.
or something, or gone.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons why I said like something like a tiny compressed air.
So not impossible for you to do. I very much will back up your confidence that you can, but you brought the deck down, but this would be something that maybe if you could if you do want to take more time and you bring tools down, or even if you want to get the terminal and take it to your place, or if you want to take it someplace else that would have very specialty like retro stuff.
Yeah, I'm not looking to halt his business for the day. I could always come back and clean it though. I'm
Okay.
just worried that there's some kind of like memory gunk, files, shit, just sitting on this terminal that just need to get dumped in order to speed things up a bit.
He does have a secondary one over here, if it matters.
I'll plug into either one, whichever
Okay.
is gonna help me like clear the system of like file trash, like forgetting to empty the recycle bin on your Windows.
Yeah.
See if there's
this
something
one is
like
in,
that.
It's in a similar state of age, not nearly as gunked up. This one isn't used as often. This is the brighter one. This is next to the end of the bar, so he just comes over, and this is just where he does most of his business. The other one is, it appears as if it's simply a mirror of the other terminal. Yeah, but it is structurally the same terminal. It's just, in fact, you could even see the updated price on the other one as it would have rolled through. But because it hasn't been used by him, and of course customers don't normally use this either, this is in a much more, it's still kind of dirty. It looks a lot more functional. This one is, it's still going, but this one is the worn down one.
Okay. Then I'll hop over to the other one then and see about doing a clear of the subnet. The tiny little subnet that it is.
Okay. You can interface with it?
Yep.
All right.
Just an interface. Not a -1.
Okay.
9.
Same thing. There is a slight delay in interfacing. It's not as pronounced as the older terminal, but you do successfully get into it.
Okay. Yep. I'm just
Drez, just as a I'm sorry, Drez.
Drez.
I trust you. I don't use that one a lot, as it's kind of a backup. At least that's what I think of it as. It seems to, I don't know, talk to the other or reflect it. I don't touch it because if the one that I currently use ever breaks, I figured I could just take the other one apart. Because where are you going to find buttons like these? So, just be careful. That's the backup.
Well, that's kind of what I'm thinking here, is that we may have to physically replace the other one. The other one's extremely dirty.
Oh. Do you need to fix it? Do you need to take it? I do have that one that I can use.
Maybe. I'm gonna see if I can get it running a little faster at least.
Oh, thank you then. Do another computer system on it, or?
Shouldn't have to wait, more than a couple seconds in order for something to reflect on the screen. One more interface. 13.
Okay.
Actually 12, because -1.
The internals still do have some mess to it, but because it hasn't been as used by him, by the chef, in any sort of messy fingers that he might have had, or it's not as close to like bowls of steaming food and such. Like, this is just over by the window, and it's kept generally further away. The insides are cleaner. It definitely could use a clean out, but it is not as bad as the miniature ancient temple inside of the primary terminal.
Okay.
And the lag, there is still a lag. It's not as bad. So it could be because it's cleaner, or there's something about this terminal that It just hasn't been worn down as much. But you are still seeing that there is the commonality of a delay in both the terminals, the new and the old. I mean, new, quote unquote, but.
Okay. Between the first and the second one.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, scrubbing the terminal, whether it's local files, whether it's junk, whether it's emails that have accumulated, whether it's whatever. I'm just gonna. I'm not clearing out the POS system. I'm clearing out anything that doesn't need to be there.
All right. What is it ID that looks for files?
I believe.
Pathfinder would look for files. ID will identify a file that you found.
Yeah. So I can do that.
Okay. Well, I guess then Pathfinder to see what you might be looking at ahead of you. Oh, very good. Okay. There are 2 items ahead of you.
Okay. I'm going to go up to them and ID them.
Okay.
Oof. Those things.
Not doing it this time.
Nope. Spend another moment to do it. God damn. Holy cow. Same result on 3 different rolls.
I don't know if you're the type that kind of like bonks the old percussive maintenance, but something's just not. The file isn't cooperating. That could be the source of it. Nothing here has like jumped out at you to try to murder your brain. That's good. You could stay here and work on the file, or you could move on. It's clear that there's no demons or ice that are foiling you. This is just it's got to be the old tech, the old deck, and then the old terminal, and then there's whatever this thing is that's just causing a fuss.
And especially because I have to type out individual commands. Maybe.
Yeah, you're gonna. Nah, gosh, this is how people did this back then. Jeez.
Yeah, forgot a sudo. Oh damn, I need to rerun that command.
It's not easy as pressing the up key and correcting a mistake. I have to type out the whole thing again.
Yep. And that is exactly why on my work laptop I actually have an alias set up for please, which is basically rerun the previous command but with sudo tacked onto the front of it.
While there is like abbreviated net actions, like for the sake of storytelling, Kiri, D-Rez has been down at the noodle shop with that old deck for a little while. So like meanwhile back at the apartment, if you're wondering, like.
Yeah, Kiri's probably finished her noodles by this point. She's just like ignoring the throbbing pain that is in her chest, because that's where she took most of the bullets. She's just kind of looking up at the ceiling. She's been gone a little while. She didn't leave the building. I'll send her a text. And Kiri would send Dia a text. It's just like having fun down there.
Absolutely. Heart emoji.
The feed is ... Kiri is typing. Stop. Kiri is typing. Stop. Kiri is typing. I'm not sure if you're being sarcastic or not.
Very sarcastic. Trying again.
All right, yeah.
I don't want to burn out my dad's old deck.
Yeah, but it's making it really. It's Man, this ancient tech is just
I haven't used it in a while, and that's because I got an updated cyber deck a long time ago. Come on, Dad, work with me. Work with me here. Come on, Bubba.
Oh, no.
Nope. Deck is bricked.
All right. That makes for a very dramatic moment, though. You're just sitting there and you're like pecking on this thing. Come on, Dad.
You have to reboot the deck and start again because it's gonna wipe the command history.
No,
You're
that's
gonna lose your
as in
connection.
the deck is destroyed on an
Wait,
Apple.
really?
Yep. On a poor quality.
So
It's like it blue screens, and then you go to boot it, and then like the BIOS is like, there's nothing here.
There's no OS on it. Yep.
Oh dear.
the in this process, because we extended it out to we're talking a while. Kiri had already finished eating, was having that the way that you explain that lethality of just the data, it took you a while, presumably you're typing stuff and then deleting it, trying to I don't want to say it that way, and then finally it came out. That's how I took it anyway.
Yeah, well, Kiri's was basically like, okay, you seem to be happy. Wait, no, that doesn't seem right. Are you okay? No, that doesn't seem right to say either. Are you being sarcastic?
But I can give you this. So number one, there's apparently going to be a side quest you're going to have to go on to fix your dad's old deck.
Yeah.
It's not impossible. It's just a brick right now. But there is a retro museum in town that might be able to help out with that.
Mm.
And I guess as also an extra side note, JP's always looking for old tech anyway. So, two, while you were having troubles with the file, the other thing in the Pathfinder I can offer as a freebie. Maybe you said, fine, I'm going to set the file aside, enhance my calm. Let's just see what the next thing is. The next thing is a node. The node, however, it is meant to open a door. The issue is there are no doors connected to the node, but the node was made to open a door, and that is its sole function.
Okay. So it's programmed to open a door, but there's no doors connected to it for it to run that program.
Yes.
Okay. Because all I was intending to do was to identify necessary and unnecessary files. So, in trying to do that, I bricked the deck.
It is. So there's a node on here that is not necessary for the function of a restaurant.
Yep.
But it's there all the same. The file is baffling, or was just having a tough time, or, karma or something, who knows. So there is still a file that you're aware of that is in an unknown state of whether it is important or not. That could be the source of the delay. It could not be, but it's the one thing that you were not able to access. But you do also know that there is a node to control a door, but there's no doors to control connected to this terminal.
Before I get disconnected, because...
Yeah. And then, then the magic smoke appears, and... the genie's let out of the bottle.
This tiny little computer is now smoking and fritzing.
Man, I
Tiny
wonder what
turbo
this
inside on that fan wheel is expired.
Yeah.
Man, I wonder what this control node for a door opens. It's not connected to anything. Meanwhile, up on the Crystal Palace, the door's just.
Some poor airlock is.
Someone gets vented into space because it's actually the airlock control.
We may never know.
It's just a Beaverville condo. The garage door is just opening and closing.
All right.
Just
So,
kind of slumps in the stool and kind of looks a little defeated.
hey, D-Rez, thank you. I don't exactly know what made you sad, but you seem disappointed. And he'll slide a cup of water over to you.
It's your system just was too much for my old deck to be able to handle. Old as it is.
Yeah.
Maybe I said let it. Maybe it's my fault. Maybe I let it sit too long. This thing's just as old, so.
Well, if it means anything then to you, I don't blame you. Well-meaning words, but it kind of comes out a little awkwardly.
Yeah.
I wish I could tell you more. These were here when we were, actually, were these even here? This is the in character he's pondering to himself. I don't recall. I know that when I got here, it did take, you said expenses. I understand. I had to save up a lot to get this stand. I was looking everywhere, and I was trying to find parts where I could. If these weren't left behind here, these could have been in another apartment from someone who probably was evicted and left in a junk pile.
Oh. Well, there's definitely something on there that may not be necessary for your restaurant operations, and part of that is a control for a door. Now, whether that's actually like trying to run the whole time, or whether it's just errant junk that means nothing, there's no way to know until I physically dig into these things and find the actual connections of the subnet.
Either way, then, I guess somewhere in the building there's a door that can be opened. I haven't had anyone come and ask about it.
Well, I saw that, but I saw the extraneous files, or at least the file system in the terminal, at least on the subnet itself. And I was trying to determine what files were necessary and what files weren't, because I was just going to erase the ones that weren't.
Like cleaning off the grill. Keeps things fresh.
Yeah, exactly. This way, sometimes data can cause digital clogs. So I was going to clear some digital clogs, but my deck died. And my other one doesn't have the right interface for it, so I can't clean it yet.
I trust that you'll be able to fix it at some point. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon, Miss D-Rez. I have more life in me, and I have many more noodles to serve.
In the meantime, I'm going to take that one, and she's going to point at the very dirty one.
Okay.
I'm going to take that one, I'm going to go upstairs, and I'm going to clean it. I don't really have much better to do. At least get the physical parts clean. And that way it's running in tip-top for when we do clear out files.
Oh. All
and
right.
then when that one's set back up, I'll do it to the other one too.
All right. Thank you. I trust you. In fact, here, as a token of my appreciation, and he kind of looks back and forth. He comes over, he puts a napkin in front of you, and then with some little tongs, he places one little cube of tofu, like the bonus that he gave to Kiri. He places one cube of tofu in front of you.
She's just gonna take it with her hands.
Yeah.
Take the very dirty terminal unplug it from the system and from the wall, and go and take it upstairs.
As you are, he's over there like saying a little prayer in a language you don't understand. Because he tells you, this thing has never been turned off.
Are we sure I don't understand? Because I understand Japanese.
It's not Japanese.
Okay.
Cantonese.
He's
Adeptus Mechanicus. Did you hear the way he was talking about that machine? It's never been turned off.
He doesn't want to accept the machine spirits.
Go to take it upstairs, and I get a call. Hey, Outback, can you drive me to a hardware repair store?
Well, I mean, that could be the case, as you know, we kind of come back to we kind of come back, and now Kiri, whatever you're doing, there's kind of like a at the door, but it's coming from really low, as it's probably kicking at it or something. I don't know. You tell me, D-Rez, but there's
Kiri does get up and go to have a look at who's at the door, and then upon seeing Dee there with the terminal in her hands, she opens the door. She's not wearing clothing right now. She's basically got like the sarashi wrap around her chest, and then the bandaging, and that's it. And like that's it for the top half. She's wearing pants, of course. Is that what?
It's a terminal.
That's from the noodle shop downstairs.
It smells like the noodle shop for sure.
Get in here.
Your whole apartment's going to smell like the noodle shop for a while.
She brings in the terminal, kind of sets it on, like, pushes aside some of the junk that's on her desk for her own terminal, and sets it on there, and then takes what smells like smoking electronics out of the little like cyberdeck pouch she had on her belt from this old deck.
That smells like magic blue smoke tea. Kiri's going to basically lie back down, or at least sit in her chair.
Yeah.
Yep, it's dead. Bricked. Nothing left.
Bricked.
Yeah, bricked.
How'd you manage that?
Well, it hasn't been used in quite a long time, and it was old when I got it, and it was kind of more sentimental value than it was functional. But it's gone.
I'm sure we could probably get the files off it if you had anything still sentimental on it that you hadn't transferred over to memory shards.
I did as much as I could previously. It was basically running on a scratch operating system and not much else. Manually coding.
That is how the net runners of those days used to do it.
Yeah. I just don't know that I can repair it without it costing thousands of eddies.
Or going to find the right parts, but hey, there's a place nearby, or at least that we know of, that might have such things.
Maybe. Or they're gonna have like 30s, 40s deck here?
Probably. The shell itself is probably fine. We'd have to examine it for physical damage, and then after that, you'd have to crash course yourself in time of Red era Scratch OS development. Or not even Red, probably even older than that. Pre-meta Scratch
I
OS
did-
development.
Yeah, I didn't build the OS. I don't
No,
even know
your dad probably did.
custom. What's
Yeah,
left
which
of
means you'll need to learn how to compile from source and find some source to compile. Talking pre-meta.
yeah.
Only there was
All
a
the-
guy that has a laptop. Really old laptop.
Yeah, you could talk to JP about it. Maybe he might know more.
You might.
He's older than I am.
It's just not going to be the same.
No, it's not. But such as life is.
That's all I had left of them, you know?
I know.
I don't even have mom's ashes. She's... Dad's at least at the columbarium. Because I only had enough money to get one spot. Otherwise, they were just going to dispose of him, and you know, like they do when you don't have the money to get a spot to be buried.
Yes, quote unquote buried. Not that they've done that in many a year.
Many years.
Well, that's scavs for you.
It's my own damn fault. It's my own damn fault that it's fucking useless now.
You couldn't have known it was gonna go up in smoke.
It was the quickest solution. I made the decision to try the quickest solution in order to make sure that this guy would have his solution resolved today. When maybe it would cost me a day trip and a couple hundred eddies, and I can get some adapter equipment for 30's tech or whatever. Because let's be real, she points over to the terminal and looked at her. This thing is that old.
Yeah, it looks it. I remember seeing similar systems around when I was a kid.
But because I wanted to try and shortcut, I've gone and ruined something. She just takes the bricked cyber deck and just throws it in the drawer now.
Like, are you like slamming it and?
No, just kind of
okay.
open the drawer, drop it
okay.
in, close the drawer.
Got it.
You really need to not beat yourself up so much. You did what you could with what you had on hand. Yes, you could have gone out and gotten other parts, but you well know we don't normally have the luxury of time.
This was not a dire situation here, Kiri. This was just a... Could you help a guy out at the noodle shop when it wasn't necessarily a dire situation as to whether he needed it done today or not.
Yes,
It
but
wasn't-
how are you meant to know that that the deck was gonna go up in blue smoke? You couldn't have known.
I knew it was old.
Yes. So's that, and it's still working.
It's probably on its last legs. This particular terminal.
Yes, what I'm saying is you can't be hard on yourself when there's so many variables that you simply do not have control over.
The whole reason I was even trying to repair it anyway is because the damn guy doesn't understand what a subnet is.
To be fair, the only reason I know what a subnet is because A, you taught me, and B, well, I used to work for Arasaka. Kind of important in...
Yeah, subnets upon subnets upon subnets. The whole building works on subnets, Kiri. He doesn't understand that his little subnet is
D.
tiny little two-piece
D.
thing.
D. He's an old man.
And he said he got this shit from a dumpster, so...
A
He didn't even...
dumpster.
He probably didn't even know how to put it together.
No, he probably
Back in the
slapdashed-
30s.
No, he probably slapdashed it together and it worked.
That's
Which-
evidenced by the fact that going into the subnet, there was a node to open a door. It had the code and everything to open a door. There's no door attached to the network.
A door?
Yes. I was trying to look through the files to see if I could find anything relevant about what was necessary for the restaurant system and what wasn't, in order to be able to parse that out, delete everything that wasn't necessary, and start it fresh. All I was trying to do. You know, empty the trash. And based on what I saw, there might have been a lot of trash. It'd
Likely.
be interesting to dig through that trash to see where it came from. But it was getting in its... The way I kind of imagined it was like how when at the convention center there was a constant flow of data that was causing clogs in the subnets at the convention center too. Just junk. Such an easy task to do, Kiri, and I fucked it up.
Just... Kiri just turns to D. And it's just... She's just staring.
What are you staring at?
I will repeat myself until I am blue in the face. That's the other reason the other reason she's not saying anything else, because she's like, you've heard what I said.
I know. No. Too many variables, blah 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 blah.
You get too far in your own head, and you're gonna do yourself in.
You know I overthink way too much.
Yes.
Doesn't mean it stops happening.
No, it's why I'm telling you in very specific terms, slow down.
Millie's gonna clean this son of a bitch. She starts getting her screwdriver out,
Yeah,
starts
yeah, yeah.
tearing the thing apart.
Yeah, just opening the thing, cleaning the components. Just delicate, don't just blast the thing with compressed air. There's probably blown caps and whatnot in it.
And if there is, I'll fix them too.
At least capacitor technology hasn't changed very much between then and now.
It's a good thing I know how to build boards and make wires and all of that sort of shit too. I'm not just a software junkie, I'm a hardware junkie too.
Metal ductility. And she just flops back onto the bed.
What a nerd. All right. What we'll do is as we've had our build up of frustration and then sort of a venting of it, at least in the form of attacking the crud and gunk that is built up inside this old restaurant's data term here. Let's take a quick break. I need to get up and refresh myself, if nothing else. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes. And then we'll see if the day continues to pass. Maybe things are. And then as the rest of the week needs to roll on, because you all also have some shopping to do outside of, little interactions like this. And, who knows what else the week may bring. It is only going to be Monday tomorrow. And there's a lot more healing and other things that need to happen. So hold on tight, everyone. We'll be back soon. And we'll see how this works out over time as more armor and stuff to fix and everything else is piling up here. Sometimes it is good to have all right, just breathe. Just breathe. Be right back, everyone.